Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing today? This is Yusuf Chowdhury once again, tuning in from San Antonio, Texas. It is 9:01 p.m. Central Time. Just give me a few seconds here. Let me go ahead and share this on my page. Okay. Tawsi wa alaikum salam. How you doing? Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great as usual. How y'all doing? How is everything on the other side of the world? Okay. So let's go ahead and start with the topic today. It's 5 a.m. in Jeddah. It's Fajr time. Guess what? You guys have a curfew at 7 p.m. On Wednesday, we're going to have it here kind of similar to that at 6 p.m. So let's see. One second. Okay, so today's subject is going to be on how to start a blogging for your business. Okay, so I'm going to cover a few subjects, but let's go ahead and start first. When it comes to blogging for business, the first thing I'm going to talk about is that the importance, okay, the importance of the blog, because we need to know, we as a business, you don't want to do something that has no value behind it, or you don't even know why you're doing it in the first place. So we have to know why we're doing this, right? Or why businesses need to get into blogging, for example, right? So how important is blogging, or how the blogging can help you? The first thing is that one of the reasons, there are many reasons, I'm going to share some of them. So the first reason would be that the blogging is very important for you because it will help you with the search engine ranking. What I mean by that, it can help you to get more exposure, more visibility, and whatnot. Excuse me, I'm like allergy. Okay, so with search engine ranking, that's what it helps with. Excuse-moi, excuse-moi. So that's the first thing. It helps with the search engine ranking, okay? The second thing, it helps with the credibility and establishes you as an expert in your field. Okay, so when you write content, when you blog about something that is beneficial to your target audience, this will help you to become the expert towards your target audience. The third point, it helps you to build some type of community with the like-minded folks. You know what I mean? The fourth point, it would be that if you blog on a consistent basis, it does help you with maintaining your online presence. Okay, does that make sense? Helping to maintain your online presence. You know what I mean? So that was the fourth point. The fifth point will be if you want to generate some sort of income, if you are a photographer, or if you are a tech gadget person, or if you like to do reviews on certain products that you like, and they do have some sort of affiliate based commission services where you can basically get paid for anybody that purchases or buy it, whether it's in the health or tech and whatnot. That's another way for you to generate income if you're gonna get into affiliate marketing through content writing. Okay, so the sixth point would be to get some type of media exposure. So if your content is so amazing that everyone loves it, enjoys it, and shares it, there is a chance that the media can also pick it up. Okay. The seventh point will be that one of the reasons that you can actually generate leads, it's also through blogging, because you're adding all these amazing, valuable information that is beneficial to your audience. So that will help you to generate some sort of leads. Okay. The last point would be if you want to increase or capture more leads, whether through email or their names. So these are some of the importance, okay, or benefits of running a blog for your business. Okay, so the first thing you have to understand that why it's important. We talked about that it helps with the search ranking, it helps with the credibility and your expertise level. It helps you to basically attract like-minded folks. It helps you to build an online presence. It helps you to generate income. It helps you to get media exposure, and it also helps you to generate leads. And don't forget the last thing, it will help you to basically build your email list with targeted audience. Okay, so this is the first subject, and that is why blogging is important. Okay, the second topic I want to share, and that is if the blog is really important, but how does it work? I mean, do my audience or my target audience, do they actually really read? So here's their typical behavior. So when somebody look for information, whether it's about a product or a service, I mean, they go to Google, they do a search. Okay, so let's say they found your article or your blog, and you offer amazing information, super beneficial, lots of great stuff that your audience can enjoy. So let's say they're reading it, they're enjoying it, it has so many detail, and because they enjoyed the blog, they are going to check more information within your website. So basically, they're going to dig deeper onto the website, and what happens, that will create some sort of trust factor that can create some sort of credibility, and now the user will feel to or will be compelled to actually buy the product. Makes sense? So that's how the consumer typically on an average behave. They search, they find your blog, they read it, they enjoy it, they dig deeper, they look at more information, more content. Then after that, that's how they buy. Okay, so that's how this is the behavior of your target audience. Okay, so we did talk about the importance of it. Now we talked about how do they behave, and now let's talk about what kind of tool that you need to invest in, right? So in order for you to capture those readers or capture those subscribers, you have to use a third-party services like Mailchimp, MailerLite, not MailerLite. Okay, makes sense. So MailerLite, Mailchimp, Aweber, any of the what do you call it? The bulk email list building services, right? So you have to invest in those, because when you have an amazing content that you want your readers to come back over and over and read it, you gotta capture them. So you have to invest in these sort of services. So check out Mailchimp and MailerLite. Now, the thing with the MailerLite, what you have to do, a few things you have to take into consideration before you sign up with the MailerLite.com, and that is you got to make sure that your website is fully ready. What I mean by that, it doesn't say coming soon. It is not half made. It's just a full functioning website. When you sign up, you do have to use a domain-based email address, not Hotmail or Gmail account, because they have to manually approve that you're not a spammer. Okay, that is in case of MailerLite. With Mailchimp, you can use it for free for up to like 2,000 subscribers, and with MailerLite up to 1,000. Okay, so that's the first thing you have to invest in, some type of tool to capture your target audience. Okay, and by the way, folks, if you all enjoying this live streaming, please do me a favor. Go ahead and tag some of your cool colleagues that's going to benefit from this, or invite them, or share. I would highly appreciate it. You know what I mean? Okay. The next thing, you do have to make sure that your website already has the Google Analytics configured properly, right? You also have to make sure that you have the Google Search Console also configured. The first one, because you want to understand the behavior of your website visitor. The second one, you can also see if your on-page SEO done correctly, or if you want to check and see which of your blogs are popular within your web pages. Okay, so you got to make sure that you have those two, the Google Analytics and the Google Search Console. Okay, all right. Now, so we talked about the importance of the blog. We talked about how the consumer behave when they find your content to become your customer or to make a purchase. We talked about the tools that you have to use, like email list building services, like Aweber, Mailchimp, or MailerLite. And we also talked about how you need to make sure you have the Google Analytics and the Google Search Console. Okay. Now, when it comes to the types of subject or format or the type of blog that you want to talk about, since you're in business, I mean, you can talk about something like industry information about your company, about your services, about the trade shows and events and whatnot. You can also talk about frequently asked question type of subjects, company news, good cause. Like, for example, nowadays we see HEB do a lot of cool stuff here locally, something with a social cause, right? Social action or involvement. You can also talk about relevant information about your customers or your companies, new product, new services, something you achieved, got an award for it, or maybe like tutorials, right? Promotions, contests. So these are some of the ideas that sometimes companies can utilize it within the blogging system, right? But really, in order for your blog to stand out, you do have to write valuable information for your audience that your customers are already searching for. So you don't want to write content just for the sake of content. Whatever you're writing, you do want to educate and benefit your audience. So I'm going to talk about in a few minutes how to do that, okay? So these are some of the ideas on, what should you blog about as a business. Now, when it comes to the types of blog, right? When it comes to types of blog, you have a personal blog, for example. So the personal blog, just like a hobbyist, they don't care about ads, they don't have any motives. They're just telling you about their opinions and feeling, and that's just a personal blog, right? Then you have a blog. Some of the bloggers will use ads or affiliate links, for example. So these folks, they actually use the blog. It's personal blog, but they also want to generate income. Then you have a business blog. A business blog usually discuss something about the business, about the industry, about the business opportunity, right? Or what attracts the customers. Then you have content-only blog. This is like if you want to generate some sort of additional income through a specific niche. So let's say if you are into photography cameras. So if you love so many like Nikon and Sony, all kinds of awesome cameras, and you love it, and you want to talk about these tools for photographers, you can do that because that is a very specific niche base, like a niche-based blog. Make sense? So these are the 4 types when it comes to the blogs out there. But since you're in business, we're going to talk about the business blog. Okay. Let's see if anybody has a question here. No questions? All right, good. Gregor Guzman. What's good, my ninja? Nothing much, brother. How you doing, man? So I'm talking about blogging for business. So I covered the importance of the blogging. I talked about how consumers behave when they look for content on the search. I talked about different ideas for blogging content. Now I talked about the types of blogs out there, like personal blog with ads, business blog, and a niche-based content blog, right? Now, before you start blogging, you have to take few things into consideration. Number one, you have to come up with a plan. What I mean by that, are you going to blog once a week, twice a month, once a month? It's up to you. The more amazing, valuable content you provide, the better, right? Sometimes you can write once a month, and if the content is super amazing, you will still generate and get a lot of audience to share that content. And it can also become very popular, okay? Because the idea is not just numbers for the sake of number. The idea is I want to educate my audience. I want to give them the best information that they can benefit from, right? So come up with the plan. You can select a name for your blog. If you haven't started yet, if you're in business, you can just create a page for the blog. Then define your objective and the purpose. Like, what do you want to achieve? What is the objective of the blog itself? Do you want to put this content to educate and improve and help your audience, plus to capture their name and email addresses so you can build a relationship, and that relationship can become strong with credibility and trust so they can buy from you? You know what I mean? So you have to have a clear objective, like what is the purpose? If your purpose is clear, then all your marketing through blogging will be very clear. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, okay? Then what do you want to achieve from blogging? Okay, you do have to do some sort of market research to identify what your audience want to read. Then you can write it for them. Okay, so these are some of the idea or some of the plan that you have to put into place before you start blogging. Okay, come up with the plan, define your objective and the purposes, figure out what you want to achieve, and do the market research. Okay, so there's 4 points. Okay, come up with the plan, define objective and purposes, find out what you want to achieve, and do the market research. Okay, all right. So when it comes to the market research, we have two ways to do it. The first one is through the keyword research. What I mean by that, you have to understand and find out what does your customer are typing to look for certain information within your niche or within your business, right? To do that, let me recommend to you a few tools out here. These are all free. Okay, let me go ahead and share the screen so you can see what I'm about to share. Okay, so when you do the market research, you do need to understand what does my customer looking for, huh? Right? That's what you want to do. So let me share some of these cool tools. Okay, I'm gonna start with the basic, which is Google. So let me share the screen with you, folks. Let me share the screen. Here we go. All right, so the first thing with Google, if you want to research and find out what your customer are searching for, so let's say I'm into the real estate kind of business. I'm going to type real estate. See, as soon I type real estate, this is called auto complete. So you can use these information to understand what your audience are searching for, right? So you can use these as a title or as a keyword for your blog posts, right? But you can also check out and exactly see what comes up when somebody look for, let's say, real estate investing, right? If I type real estate license, what kind of information usually shows up? So there's an ad right here. Somebody wants to probably become a realtor. Then you also have to look at the people also ask. You have to look at these information because these will give you what else my audience are looking for, what else they're searching. So I can write a blog with something similar to this title, right? You can look at the information that is showing up. You can see what kind of websites showing up. Are these relevant to what I do, right? What kind of videos also show up? Maybe I can start doing YouTube videos, right? When you scroll down, you can also see the related search terms. Okay. Christian, what's going on, my man? Thank you for joining me. Okay, so the basic way to start is just do the regular search, like putting yourself on your customer's shoe, right? It's like whatever they're doing, you want to do the same thing. So use the autocomplete, use the people also ask, and also the related search. Sarkar, what's going on? Tell me about Google AdSense. Well, Google AdSense is like making less money the lazy way. Okay, so we haven't gone there yet. Okay, so we're talking about how to do a market research to start blogging. Okay, so that's step number one. Step number two, you can add this awesome Chrome extension. It's called Keyword Everywhere. You can configure it to your Chrome browser or Firefox, because this will also give you more ideas, the type of keyword search volume, the AdWord competition, the cost per click, and you can see it if you go back to right here. See, this is called related keywords. So because of the plugin, automatically I get more suggestion for popular keywords that the audience are asking for or searching. Okay, so that's number two. So the first one is you can just use the regular Google, look at the autocomplete, look at the people also ask, then look at related searches on the bottom. You can also plug in this Chrome extension or Firefox extension to see what other popular question they ask. Okay. Number 3, you can use this another free tool called from Neil Patel, Ubersuggest. Okay, this is another one. If you actually log in, it will give you more information. It does come with the free option and also with the paid. So this one will show me the keyword, the search volume. You don't have to worry about this. This is more for like Google Ads. But look at the search volume, and when you click on the link, it will show you, okay, which website actually are ranking, right? What kind of website are ranking for this keyword and how many traffic, like for example, real estate license. So real estate, there's a website right here, they get like 9,000 visits. There are 59 links pointing back at them, okay? So this is very good to do more research about, again, what kind of questions or terminologies my audience are asking. So you got to spend some time to research and find out and provide those materials. So we talked about using the basic Google search, then using the Chrome extension, using the Ubersuggest. Okay. Now, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4. This is another tool called a Souffle. I don't know how you pronounce that, Souffle. So the cool thing about this tool, it will basically give me the top 10 from Amazon, Yahoo, Bing, YouTube, Answer, Wikipedia, and Google. Isn't that amazing? So if I type real estate, see, it gives me the top 10 popular search within Google, Amazon, Yahoo, Bing, YouTube, and Wikipedia. So again, this will give me some ideas on, I can also research each one of them to see what kind of content shows up. So that way, when I write the content for my audience, it has to be super awesome so they can enjoy it and benefit from it, right? So this is the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one, but not least, what is this? Let's see. Jason, what's going on, my man? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I'm talking about the keyword tools for your blogging. You have to do a market research. You start with the keyword because this is what your audience are typing to look for information. So I talked about how to use the basic Google search, then Ubersuggest from Neil Patel. You can install this plugin for your Chrome browser or Firefox and use this service called Souffle. You can see how one keyword are showing up in these 5 search engines, right? Last but not least, my favorite of all time is Answer the Public, right? This is the best one because the cool thing about Answer the Public, it is basically attached to the Google's autocomplete database. And this will give me the most common question in my niche. And look at this, amazing, man. Look at that, how real estate teams work. I mean, if there are any question that is relevant to what you do, you can click on them and it will take it to Google page. Then it will show you what kind of content showed up, what kind of website showed up. This is super amazing. I mean, you can also download the whole thing so you don't have to go back and research it again, right? Just click this, download it as a CSV file, and you can download all these. Okay? Because in order for you to write a content that your audience is going to be attracted to, it has to be something that they are looking for, searching for. So you have to use the keyword tools. There are so many keyword tools out there, paid version and free version. I'm just sharing with you the free one that you can utilize today. Okay? So there you go. So the first thing you do is utilize the keyword research tool to understand what your audience are looking for. Make sense? Any question? Yes, Christian, that is super great. Okay? So that is when it comes to the keyword research. Okay? These are free tools you can use to spend some time to understand what your audience are searching for. Because we're still talking about market research, okay? It is 9:26 p.m. Central Time right here in San Antonio, Texas. Don't forget to share or invite your cool colleagues. Now, the second tools that you are going to use, I'm going to share some of these free tools as well. I think one of them is not free, but most of them are. These free tools will help you to basically, it's more like a content research. So I'm going to share with you some of these other free tools to help you do some content trending research. Let me see if I can pull them up for you guys. If you all have any question, please feel free to ask. No questions? Let's see, what's the question here? Pin down the keyword research tool that are free. Yeah, the Google, Ubersuggest, Keyword Everywhere, Souvlait, and Answer the Public. Okay. Let's see what else is out there. Okay. Again, I'm still sharing some free stuff. Only one thing probably is not free. So now we did talk about using the keyword tools. There are many out there. They're like paid version, free version, and the one that I shared with you guys is the free one that you can utilize it today. Okay. Now with the paid one, let me. I'm sorry, not the paid one. Now we have to use what we call the the market research. We want to find out what's popular out there when it comes to the content. The first thing is the Google Trends, right? So you can type, for example, the word real estate here. So this one will tell me what's trending within the subject of real estate, right? So this will give me an idea, a broad idea about what people are searching for when it comes to the subject real estate. Okay? Which location is popular right now, the subject of real estate, right? And what other keywords they are using. What does contingent mean in real estate? Real estate jobs near me. And of course, you can see more information. If you click more queries, you can see more, right? The past 12 months, you can look at past hour, 5 years. You can put all this information. You can look at the categories, right? What categories? Real estate category. The web search. See? So this will give me some idea what's trending in the subject of real estate by using Google Trends. Okay. The second one is YouTube. So you can do a search here, but I don't think this doesn't work like I used to. Let's see. Let's see what comes under the trend. So right here, we'll show you what's trending within. Actually, with this one, you don't have to do a search. You just have to see what's already trending. If it's something within your subject, you can see what they are. If not, you can completely ignore it. Okay. The third tool is called Google Alerts. It's a free service. You can set it up and you can type the word real estate or buying homes or selling homes if that's your niche. Then what happens, Google, depends on your settings. If you want to receive weekly notification or a daily or monthly, that is up to you. So anytime there is a subject with the keyword that you set it up, if it's real estate investing, real estate buying, or yoga, whatever the niche is, Google will email you those popular content. So now you can use those information because it's hot in the market now, and you can utilize those subject to write something amazing for your own blog. Makes sense? Again, this is just to do some sort of research. So it's a Google trend, YouTube trend, Google Alerts. Then you also have answers.yahoo. So you can go here and ask a question and see what kind of answers people do when it comes to the subject of your niche. Why? Because now you can see all these answers. You can also go there and answer yourself if you have the answer, of course. And if you want to point it back to your blog, you have to be a little bit careful how you do that, right? I mean, you can do it, but you have to be very careful how strategically have to put it out there. First, I mean, you have to just answer it there, build the trust with the community. Then if you want them to read more, then you can tell them, let's say I have the answer 1, 2, 3, 4. To get the full answer, click on the link and it will take them back to your blog. But at the same time, it will help you to understand what kind of popular question people are asking. So Yahoo Answers or Answer.Yahoo is another place. So we talked about Google Trend, YouTube Trend, Google Alerts, Yahoo Answers. You can also use Tweak Your Biz. So this one will help you more with what you call it. They have a tool here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? They used to have a tool here for to help you come up with what you call it. It's like a title generator. Let me do a search. Let me do a search. Used to come with the tool. Where is it? Where did it go? That's weird. I don't see it. Where did it go? Enter and tweak your biz. Tweak your biz. 1 second. Tweak your biz. Here we go. So you do have to type tweakyourbiz.com/title-generator. Okay. So I can come right here and type, let's say for example, real estate, and this will give me a variation. There you go. You see that? All these titles. Apply these 5 secret techniques to improve real estate. So these are very good when it comes to like coming up with interesting subject for your blog or for your podcast or a social media post or YouTube videos or podcast. But for your blog, you can definitely use these ideas for your blog, because what attracts the blog or what makes the blog successful is the enticing, catchy title, not the clickbait, not the fake stuff to capture people, but the honest, enticing, capture type of title, headline. Okay, so there you go. How to type of subjects, best lists, right? And what else we have here? Also have questions. Are you embarrassed by real estate skills? Right? Everyone loves real estate. Oh, what the heck? Keep forward. Celebrity. So so many ideas when it comes to like having an interesting subject. Okay. The last but not least, this is awesome service is called Atomic Reach. So it's not free. I mean, if you do want to invest in this one. So the cool thing about the Atomic Reach, what it does, if you write a blog post, they're basically going to analyze all your content and it will improve it to a point that it will be very enticing and emotionally convincing to your target audience. Okay, so this is what the service is about. Create data-driven and customer-centric content with Atomic Artificial Intelligence. Okay, so if you do want to make your blog to stand out and capture the audience that you want and make sure they read it and they enjoy it and they convert, that's another feature that you can look into. Again, you don't have to go for it, but if you do have the money, you want to invest in it and give it a shot, try it. Check out Atomic Reach. Okay. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? Let me close all these. Any more questions here? Here. Any more question here? What is this? What is this comment? Okay, let's see. No question. Khalid, please, can you send me the name of the app that you use for this video that I can see you at the same time? What do you mean? This is not app. This is live streaming. Ya Akhi Khalid. You can see it on my Facebook. It's on my YouTube and also Periscope. You can see it anytime. I don't remove them. In fact, if you look up for my name on the search and do a search on Facebook, then you will see a bunch of other videos of mine. Let me show you how. Let's see. Yeah, let me show you, my friend Khalid. Let me show you. So, Khalid, my friend, most of my content are online. I do not remove them. I keep them for anybody to learn. So, Khalid Ibn al Walid. If you want to find out more of my videos, you see my name right here. When you do a search, then go to videos. There you go. See, you can organize it. I got a bunch of videos. They're all within Facebook. There are a lot. I can keep going and going and going and going and going and going. So there are many. Okay. You can also come to. Did I save some of these? Because it should be under my. When you click more, it should be under videos. I think. Let me see. Let me double check. I don't even check my own videos. Your videos. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. All the videos right here. Non-stop, unlimited. Unlimited. Okay, that's so weird. Look at myself. Okay. All right. Any questions? Any questions, please? No more questions. Oh, y'all genius. Don't forget, if you are enjoying or from this live streaming, and if you want other people to benefit from this, your business colleague, invite them, tag them, or share this. I would highly appreciate it. Okay. All right. So we talked about in the beginning the importance of the blog, how the consumer behave, types of format or subject the business can talk about, investing in email list building services. Then do the market research through the keyword research and content marketing research, the tool that we shared right now. So and of course, I forgot to mention the planning. You have to have a plan on an objective. What do you want to achieve from the blog, and what's your plan in terms of consistency on how many times you're going to put the awesome material to benefit your audience. Now we'll talk about how to increase or how to create an effective blog post. So in order for your blog to be effective, there are a few things you have to consider. The first thing is you have to always provide amazing, valuable, fresh content that benefits your audience, okay? That answers the pinpoints of your audience, their challenges, their pains, right? It answers the question, something they will benefit, like how-tos and the tutorials and interviews and reviews and whatnot, okay? Number two, make sure the way you write, excuse me, let me see this. The way you write, Tawsif Nadeem, is it better to use medium.com or LinkedIn article for blogging or have your own blogging site? That is an excellent question, Tawsif. Because you have your own website for your business, you want to point the traffic to your website. Okay? If you create WordPress.com or Medium.com, all the traffic goes there. So it doesn't help your own website to rank. Make sense? My recommendation is to have the blog within your website. So if you have a website built on self-hosted WordPress, there should be a blog there. Some people, what they do, they build a website on different application, let's say on PHP, CSS, or Java. Then they add a separate page, let's say blog page, and they connect that to WordPress. Makes no sense because all the traffic going to be on the WordPress, right? Not the main website. Makes sense? So my recommendation is have the blog page within your own website, okay? Now, can you utilize LinkedIn and Medium, even WordPress.com? Yes, for link building processes. If you want to write one awesome content in Medium and have the audience come back to your website, that's also good, okay? Especially with LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a high authority website. Imagine you're writing amazing content specifically on LinkedIn, and some of the clickable words that can take the reader back to your website or to another blog on the website, like, different list of content within the post that you made on the LinkedIn and people reading it, and I can click on certain terminologies and key phrase that will take me back to part 2 of the blog on the website. You can also do that. This way, people are coming to your own website. When Google notices that in terms of SEO, then you can get some sort of good boost because LinkedIn is a high authority site. Make sense? So my recommendation is You can blog weekly on your website and maybe once a month on LinkedIn or once a month on Medium, and point them back to your website, because can be considered part of the link building process. Okay? Excellent question. Khalid, let me know if I was able to answer your question. Now, going back to how to create an effective blog post, as I mentioned, you have to provide awesome content that benefits your audience, how-tos, tutorials, interviews, and whatnot. Use simple language and make it easy to read and comprehend. Somebody who's 13 years old or 15 years old can understand it. Make sense? Use high quality images, and the images has to be relevant to your post, because we are a visual human being. We see things visually, and visual things attract to us. So make sure the pictures are high quality, make sure it's relevant to the post. But be careful, you don't want to just copy images from anywhere. You don't want to get sued for copyright. So you can purchase images, okay? Or you can use some of I have a list of links that will offer you free images for your blog post. Or you can take your own images. For example, travel bloggers or photographers, they do use their own images, or even wedding type of business blog, right? Christian, what is the best style to set a content on a blog in order to call for an action? Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the title has to be interesting. The image has to reflect the title. And when you write the post, make sure it's dark color, not light gray. Make sure the size of the font is like 14 or 16 or 18. Okay. If you write 1,000 word, make sure you have a header, subheader, right? Bullet points. So make the reading experience easy to read, even visually appealing, right? So let me share with you some of the companies that if you do want to buy images, if you don't want to take your own pictures, you want to buy images. So let me show you this 123RF. So you can buy these stock images and you can use it for your website. It costs like $1 per image, right? You can also 123rf.com. I highly recommend it because they're very affordable. Or you can go to my personal profile. Go to my personal profile and then click on more. From here, click on notes. So what I basically did a while back, a couple of years ago, I put a list of free stock photo links. So when you click on it, so it's been posted in 2017. So some of the stuff might be outdated. So go through this and you see how nicely the image and the header and see, so easy to read. And here we go, all the list of website with images you can download for free and use it for your blog post. Okay, just make sure when you upload the images, the size of the image are not more than 200 kilobyte or 500 kilobyte, or not more than 1 megabyte. Anything more than 1 megabyte is a killer. Don't do that. Okay, any questions? Any questions? It is 9:44 p.m. Central Time. No questions? All right. All right, so we talked about how to create an effective blog post. We haven't done yet. We got more. So we talked about providing valuable content, use simple languages, use quality images, keep posting useful, accurate information. You can also use citation. What I mean by that, if you're going to use resources, link to other websites, scientific data, or credible information from other sites, that's called citation. That can also help you with your authority in the subject. It can help with relevancy. It can also help with authenticity and whatnot. Okay. So that's how you become. That's how you take your time to become the authority in your blog or on your post. Encourage people to engage with you. So that's why on your blog you do have to have a comment box, so people can ask you a question, thank you, or disagree with you. Okay. Make sure you have the social sharing button, so people that enjoyed reading your blog, they can share it on their Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, right? And the most important thing, make sure that you do implement on-page SEO for every single blog post. You have to optimize it for the search engine. This is very, very important, which I see so many bloggers don't even implement it, okay? When you write the content, of course, you're going to focus on the audience like you're writing it to another human being. Focus on that. Then you can see what kind of keywords out there that you can sprinkle here and there. But it doesn't have to be exactly every single paragraph, right? Because the search engine understand what you're trying to say. But when it comes to the back-end on-page SEO, that is very, very important that you have to make sure that you do that on every single post, okay? And this is how you make your blog effective, okay? Now, so, excuse me. Again, I'm doing a recap. We talked about the importance of the blog. We talked about how the consumer behave when they search for the blog. We talked about some ideas on the blog subject, the tools you need to invest, like the email marketing services, the market research through the keyword and content marketing research. What else we talked about? What do you call it? How to make the blog effective, right? And also the planning and the strategy. And now how to promote your blog. So there's the ad way or there is the organic way. So the organic way will take some time. So you can share your blog posts on your social media sites, right? You can do a guest blogging, or you can write some content on LinkedIn and get some traffic back there. You can also look for a blog directory. There's so many companies, just like a business page for businesses, but they are like business pages for bloggers. Like for example, bloglovin.com, that's one of them. You can also join any blogging community and build some traction from there, okay? So that's how you usually can promote your blog out there. Now, if you do want to look for guest blogs, which is a little bit tricky because I have to be careful, when you go to Google, you can type, for example, real estate, submit a guest post, or real estate guest post, real estate guest post by, or real estate, or even yoga accepting guest post. Does that make sense? Because there are some companies, some bloggers, some influencers, some news site that are happy to accept your content as a guest post. And when you do that, make sure that content is only unique to that company or to that website alone, so you can share that valuable material with their audience, and their audience can come back to your website and become your audience as well. Okay? You don't want to write the same thing on like 10 other bloggers. That's not unique, and it's not going to help you. Okay? All right, so that's how you promote your blog, and it takes time. You have to be patient. Okay, unless if you want to invest in ads, then that's another way for you to get more exposure. But if you don't want to put any money in ads, like Facebook ad or LinkedIn or Twitter, Google, or Bing, then you can do things organically. Because we also highly recommend using a self-hosted WordPress-based website. So there are a couple of plugins you can use, like for example, Monster Insight for analytics, Sucuri for security. You can also use Updraft Plus for backup. And one of my favorite for SEO, it's Yoast. That's YOAST.com. Cloudflare to make the website fast. Akismet automatically comes with your website anyway within the self-hosted WordPress to basically prevent spammers, and any sharing plugin. Okay? And that's it, folks. That's all I wanted to share tonight regarding blogging for business. Tomorrow, what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Let's see what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I'm going to talk about, let's see what I have tomorrow. Let's see, give me a second here. It is 9:49 p.m. Central Time. Let me see, what is tomorrow? What is this? Why this error? Hell no. Try again. There's an error login to that. Please try later. What the? Let's see. Let's see. Meet the. Let's see what I have tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about what's new for social media marketing in 2020. That is going to be tomorrow. Okay? That is going to be tomorrow. Then starting Wednesday, there'll be no, I'm not sure if this office is going to be open on Wednesday. Looks like we are not. So y'all can catch me online on Wednesday. Same thing for Thursday. We'll talk about the business page for beginners, Facebook business page on Thursday. Then on Saturday, of course, we have the WordCamp online only. So if you go to the website, what is it, San Antonio? What is it, San Antonio WordCamp? San Antonio WordCamp for 2020. It's free. There's no charge, but everything is going to be online. That's Saturday. Okay. That's Saturday. And Monday, I'll talk about, what is it? I'm going to talk about, I believe, Facebook advertising. Facebook advertising on Monday. Then Google AdWords, I think, on Tuesday. How do you plan your content, like content calendar? Oh, that's a beautiful question. So if you decide to see if that's an excellent question. So if you decide to blog once a week, let's say every Friday, right? You have one option. There is a plugin called CoSchedule, okay? CoSchedule. It's not free, but this plugin, let me show you. The cool thing about this plugin, it is meant for calendar as well, right? Let me show you right now. 1 second. So there you go, CoSchedule. Okay. So the thing with the CoSchedule, let's say you're gonna post every Friday, you can put all the content on the back end. You can also organize the content on which social media is going to be blasted to, and you can also configure and customize your messages based on the social media channel. Okay, and this plugin will basically submit. It will publish the content, but it will also submit it to the social media sites. It has a calendar on the back end of your WordPress dashboard. It also comes with analytics to tell you how many people read this article on which channel. So that's how I would use it. So it's a blog editorial calendar already configured. So you can use that. Okay. If not, basically, I mean, keep things simple. If you are going to do it once a week, have an Excel sheet, the content of the blog, the time it's going to get posted, and that's about it, right? Then, of course, you can analyze the metrics in terms of how many readers, how many comments, how many subscribers, and so forth. So that's what I would do. Okay. So that was an excellent question. Excellent question indeed. Okay, any more questions, folks? Any more question? It is 9:54. 9:54 p.m. Central Time right here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm going to wait for 1 more minute. If I don't hear any question, I'll bounce. Okay, any more questions? Any more questions? All right, folks, thank you so much for being with me here tonight. It is 9:55 Central Time right here in San Antonio, Texas. If you still have any more questions, leave your questions below in the comment section or send me direct messages. And I'll be back tomorrow, maybe around the same time, 9 p.m. If nobody shows up at 6:30. Actually, if nobody shows up at 6:30, then I will start at 7. But if people do show up, then I'll do it at 9. Do you use AIDA while creating content? Attention, interest, desire, action. Well, I mean, these are good questions. I mean, these are, so look, here's the thing. Whether it's attention, interest, desire, action, there's another one called EAT. You know, what is it? EAT, authority, and trust. And if we can come up with all these terminologies of philosophies about what we need to do, right? But the idea is this. The main idea, Tawsif, is the content has to be what? Beneficial to your audience. That's it. How I can benefit. How can I answer the question they're asking for? What can I do to be the solution-based person, right? So that's the first thing you have to focus on. When it comes to the attention and whatnot, this is where I already talked about it right now, which is the title has to be interesting, the images has to be high quality, relevant, right? So that's what they create interest, right? And the way you organize the content visually, like how it's formatted, the letters are not too close together and not jumbled. It's easy to read. Makes sense. And at the end, there is an action, whether it's comment or share or even buy the product, right? So these are all you can consider if you're gonna call it IDA, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same. But the idea is, what can I do to build that trust by answering those questions, right? By giving the value that my audience need. See, that sometimes we don't think about that. We have to give them something that either they were searching for or something they did not know, but you have to educate them. Make sense? So yeah, okay. Good question. All right, 9:57 p.m. Central Time. Anybody else? These were great questions. Anybody else asking? Anybody? Anybody else? I guess I'm going to wait for another minute. I'm going to wait for another minute. You're also welcome, Tausif. I really appreciate you. Amazing question, by the way, bro. Thank you so much. So what y'all doing these days? Are y'all still taking care of your clients? Do you have anything going on? Working on a project? Taking this opportunity to be more productive? Let me know. Okay. 9:58. All right, 9:58. 2 minutes to be 10. Curfew time, 10 o'clock. Just checking my messages. All right. So, looks like no more question. Okay, okie dokie. Okay, everybody. Thank you again, as usual and as always. Really appreciate when you all show up. Do remember, I'm here to help you, so feel free to ask and let me know if there are any other subject you want me to cover, and I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow, possibly around 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. Central Time. Until then, you'll have a good night, stay safe, and be productive. Use your time wisely, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.